And good evening, everybody. Merry Christmas. Christmas 2019. Woohoo. Christmas Day, we're doing this. Let's get started. So, there we are, Christmas Day. Thank you for everybody who's watching, taking their time off. I mean, well, it's not Christmas Day. It's evening where I'm at now. So, yeah, all the fun has happened earlier today, really. But hey, Merry Christmas. Before we get started, because we have to basically go through and finesse some special effects, like the teleport effects we see here are fine, and I was just working on the map intro sequence, then the Tales of Valhalla logo intro for episode 6, and we already have these teleport beams, which are, I think they're gonna look really good when they're rendered for the episode. But there's other little things we need to work on, and we need to start ticking off all these composite shots and just getting them out of this timeline. And you can see we're going to be working with some fire ash ember here. But before I talk about that, and of course I don't have a list, but I guess the main thing is I have more to report on the Ender printer. Here, let me open this up. So, first off, so I've been busy the past week 3D printing basically things that are going to improve the efficiency of the Ender, and I got this, again, I have to give a shout out to 3D House of Horrors, or 3D Printing House of Horrors, I think I'm saying that right. Anyway, I'll put a link in the description below again, but this guy just gives great tutorials, great video tutorial stuff, and so I've downloaded and have 3D printed. My 3D printer has been working just basically doing these things in which to improve it. And so here you have like I think it's called a drive chain or something. You got one here and down there, just basically connected to the wiring, and that's just supposed to help keep the wiring from damaging, to help improve efficiency and and I don't know if you can hear in my microphone. You probably can. If I turn the music off, you probably could more, but the Ender 3 is actually operating right now. It's on a basically 8 to 9 hour print, but we'll talk about that in a second. Anyway, so that's one thing that's going to help improve efficiency. And then another thing is just keep some cables out of the way. There's these snap-on things to keep the cables in, very nice. And then it's hard to see, but there's also like this little border thing is a 3D printed filament as well that basically goes into this metal edge to keep the wires from going against the metal part while it's moving, so they don't get shredded or anything. I mean, might never happen, but just safety first. And then this is another big efficiency booster. I've seen quite a few tutorial videos on this one, but I did print this one from 3D Printed House of Horrors, and this is basically, this goes right above the fan, which is just basically a hole in this block, and air can get out of it through here, and this will keep dust and dirt from falling into it a lot less. And then you can see right here, like you can see there's also a case for the back of the LCD screen. It's like a little case thing to help protect the electronics from dust and dirt as well, so that case is there. And as well as, I bought this off Amazon. It's actually an extension, so I can put SDs instead of mini SDs in there. It's like a mini SD converter, so I can have my big SD cards in there to put in a lot more projects. As well as a 3D printed holding case for that as well. And then last but not least, something to help the filament. It's like a filament guide. Basically, instead of filament hanging loosely, it just helps guide it out and help you know, helps cut out, film it through, just to keep from tangling, whatever. I mean, again, just little efficiency things in order to let the 3D printer run smoothly. And so today, I don't have photos of this yet, but today, since many part of the United States, including Kentucky, there's no snow. It's actually, we got up to like mid-60s today in temperature. So if I couldn't get a white Christmas from the weather, I decided to print some snow so I could have a white Christmas in my studio. So, and these 3D printed snow terrains are from High Ground Tiles. I'll put a link in the description below for them too. These are my first 3D printed terrain tiles, my own personal, from my own 3D printer of snow tiles. I'm going to do their whole ice cave set. I'm going to end up printing that. It might take a few weeks, but end up printing the whole ice castle set. And really no struggle in 3D printing these much. I mean, sometimes you have to tweak things a little bit. You just got to pay attention to what you're doing. And I mean, like I said, I don't know how to run a 3D printer. It's wild, it's crazy, and now I'm starting to print these things, and they're coming out so good. So yeah, snow tiles. It's just, oh, so fun. So these are my Christmas gifts. So I'll have photos to show of these snow terrain tiles, snow and ice, and there's like, I mean, that's snow terrain. There's also there's ice terrain. Probably every week I'll have something new to show when it comes to this 3D printer, which will be kind of fun to show you all, you know, the new terrains and stuff they'll be doing, just side stuff. So let's get to work on this. Like I said, starting a little bit early tonight because I want to go to bed a little bit earlier. But now we just gotta check off what we got here. So we have this, and this is already, nothing really needs to be done with this. What I'm gonna do is actually, it's here. We're gonna go to this light flare because this light flare needs to move with Karak. So first off, we're gonna work on that. So what we'll do this, and then boom. So that way it just stays together. All right. Perfect. Now we gotta add embers. So let's do that. Let's see what we can do by adding these embers to the scene and what they do. Okay, I just want to see how that plays now. Wow, nice. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I guess that part's not yellow. Okay, that's other elements. So what's the... okay, maybe it's this one. We'll change stuff yellow until we see a difference. There we are. Yes. I guess I will end it here. Let me just end it with Estevaris staring at you with her golden controlling eye there. And here, let me find some spiders. Where's the spider? There it is. And there's a spider. So yeah, anyway, okay, so that is the night. So that's the work we did. For those of you who are watching this video on the Tales of Valhalla YouTube page, this is the edited down version, basically turning a 40 to 50 minute episode, or 40 50 minute live stream into about 10 minutes or less. If you want to see the full live stream with all the information from this episode, you can go to a link below to my Conductor Productions YouTube page where you can see the full live stream. You can get all the information, the full amount of the live stream if you want to watch it. So with that, I'm done repeating myself over and over again. I'm Ryan. All of you have a good night, have a Merry Christmas, and we will see you next year, 2020. Have a good night. Later.